Hi, good morning. Today is day 5, and I screwed up my routing on the Far Out app. And I thought I was going to have like 1,600 feet of descent today. I was wrong. So wrong. I have 2,000 feet of incline today. But it's over 8 miles, so that's fine. That's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm fine. Yesterday was hard. The best way that I can describe it is that everything was heavy. My mind, my heart, like my soul, my body, my pack, my feet, my legs, everything was heavy. And I was ready to quit. I was like between a mile and 2 miles out from Lake Marina. And I was ready to turn around and just get a ride to San Diego and fly home. I could have been home last night. And I called my husband. I'm crying. And he talked me off the proverbial ledge. And I talked to Kylie. And, I felt better. It still sucked. I still melted down almost until I got to the campground. I stayed at Boulder Oaks campground last night. And I don't think I really took any pictures or any videos while I was there, which is weird. But this guy, AJ, that I had been leapfrogging with for a couple of days, he was there. And I sat down and talked to him. And he was feeling the same thing yesterday. Yesterday was just a heavy day, The day before, the climb out of Hauser Creek, that was very physically demanding. So you don't get a chance, unless you're in really excellent shape and do that hike all the time, whatever, But for just regular Joe Blow that has never hiked that before, it's very physically demanding. And you're so exhausted when you get done and get to Lake Marina that you can only process the body aches and, get food into your face and get some sleep. And then the next day is like the emotional, the mental day. And depending on who you are and your brain and how it works, it can be, elation, or it can be, melting down and crying nonstop on the trail, which that was me. And, my husband helped talk me through it. And then even though I know that there's other people out here right now experiencing the same things, the same feelings and everything that I was feeling, being alone and feeling very isolated just like compounded it. It made it seem a lot worse. So coming across AJ and talking with him and knowing that he was feeling, the same kind of thing, he was talking to his girlfriend when I walked up. And she was talking him off of his ledge. He was ready to turn around and go back too. So, I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one that has emotions. And, but had dinner. A couple ladies came in and stayed at the same campsite area that we were at. A lady from Ontario, Canada, and one lady, she was from Norway or Sweden. I don't remember which one. They were Anita and Tracy. And so it was, it was nice to actually camp around other people. I've been pretty much alone except for, the occasional stop, but I haven't gotten the chance to sit around and talk to other people. So I've felt very isolated and alone, which is what I want. I like to hike alone. That's what I do. Excuse me. But when there's so many other people that are passing you, and especially if it's people that you've, met here and there before, and sorry, I'm looking for other people because I don't want to be caught talking into my phone, and there's so many people, and there's really not that many people this year, but when there's so many people passing you by and all that, it gets disheartening, it gets frustrating, and hang on, I'm dropping stuff. Totally forgot what I was talking about. But today is like 8.3 miles, just over 2,000 feet of elevation gain. It's overcast. It's kind of cool. I'm still a sweaty mess though. That's gross. I hate it. Sometime, I think around between 2 and 5 a.m. Monday morning, tomorrow morning, some nasty weather is supposed to come in, and it's supposed to, there's like severe weather warnings, high wind, yada, yada, yada. So I get to hike in some weather tomorrow. But I get to Mount Laguna tomorrow, and I'm going to take a zero there and do some laundry and shower for about 8 hours and sleep in a real bed and just avoid the weather as much as possible. It doesn't clear up until Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And I have to leave on Wednesday. I have to leave my motel room on Wednesday. So I'll have to hike in it then a little bit too. But I'll be refreshed and I'll be happy. But sleeping is getting better. I discovered Advil PM, which has helped a lot, because whatever the PM part is that helps you sleep is just, ooh, it's great. So much better than melatonin. So I've gotten some decent sleep over the last couple of nights. I'm adjusting to everything, like I don't hate my sleeping pad so much anymore. I did at first because it was narrow. I always felt like I was going to fall off. So I'd start to doze off, and my body would relax and start to kind of slip or slide or roll or whatever, and it would snap me awake. So the first couple nights I spent basically snapping awake and not getting any sleep, but that's getting better. And now I just need to carry on and build my muscle and my stamina and all of that, which will happen. This morning has been much better. I've gone just like 2 miles or so in less time, like less than an hour. That's not quite right. But, like my pace, at least this morning, is improving. And, yeah, it's all incline, which sucks. I hate incline, but, whatever. Tomorrow's Mount Laguna. Yay! I almost stepped on this little guy. Look how big he is. They lift their butt up in defense. It's supposed to scare people away. Look at my butt. Oh, San Diego sloth hiking. Hey, I belong in that one. So, there's Lake Marina. I don't know where all I walked from there, but right there's where I went. I went under that freeway, and then you can kind of see the trail right along there. Let me zoom a little. You can see the trail right there. Right there. Fuck. And it goes around into those mountains and around there. You can see it again right there. I don't know how to make my phone not focus on my fingers. So anyway, it's been a walk. There's the trail ahead of me. Those fun clouds over there. Storms are brewing. That's what 5 days of hiking, laundry, water looks like. It's kind of gross. I'm impressed. Hi. So I'm home. It's not because I've given up on the trail, but so what happened was in my earlier part of this video, I was hiking along Kitchen Creek, and I had, 8+ miles, just a little over 8 miles, and 2,000 feet of elevation gain, yada, yada, yada. I made it halfway. I made it to Kitchen Road. And when I crossed the road, a trail angel pulled up. And he asked me, he was like, "Are you okay?" Like, he was really concerned. And I don't know, I must have just looked defeated or something. I don't know. Anyway, so I went over and I started talking to him and started talking about the weather and my plans, because I was going to camp one night and then make it into Mount Laguna the next day. And he was like, "Yeah, no, I wouldn't suggest that. The weather's gonna move in early. It's supposed to start this afternoon. It's gonna be high winds, heavy rains, yada, yada, yada." He was like, "You don't have to take my advice, but I strongly suggest that you just skip up to Mount Laguna and spend a few days there and wait out this storm, because it's supposed to be a lot worse than, I think a lot of people are thinking." So I took his advice. He gave me a ride to Mount Laguna. Thank you, Otzi. I appreciate it. And the little clips of all the weather, those are sequential from when I got to Mount Laguna on Sunday, March 19th. The progression of the crappy weather. So I was in Mount Laguna. I was in my room, eating all the food, showering. I did laundry. It's all there, Tuesday, March 21st, I got a text from my oldest brother that my mom's hospice nurse had been there to visit her that morning, and she agreed that mom was transitioning to her final days. We knew this was happening. I had an agreement with my mom, about hiking the trail, even though, she may be in her final weeks and all that good stuff. So I, as quickly as I could, I made arrangements with another trail angel. Thank you, Bad Santa. You were a lifesaver. And he came and picked me up that evening, Tuesday, March 21st, and drove me to San Diego, and I flew home the next morning. Now, at the beginning of March of 2022, my mom was diagnosed with terminal inoperable bile duct cancer, metastasized bile duct cancer, which is liver cancer. She did chemo. She started immunotherapy in December, and none of it worked. I mentioned in my first video that my mom was very ill. So I made it home Wednesday, March 22nd, and I spent some time with my mom. On Sunday, March 26th, my mom passed away. So I'm at home for the time being. My glasses are crooked and it drives me nuts. Her service isn't until April 22nd. We're moving during that time as well. So there's a lot of big stuff going on here at home. I don't know if I will go back down to the Mount Laguna area and pick up where I left off, or if I will wait until, if I will wait until the snow melts out here in Washington and just hike Washington. I don't know exactly what I'm gonna do. I mean, because honestly, right now, I don't really care. There's just too much going on. So, I just wanted to give that little update. And, you know, there won't be any more PCT videos until I'm back on the PCT, wherever and whenever that may be. It might not even be until next year. I don't know yet. But I haven't given up my dream, my hopes of doing it. I have Cat laying here, so I'm reaching over, petting her, getting a little emotional support because she's being a big goofball laying on her back, rolling around like she does. So anyway, I might do videos of any hikes that I do around here in the meantime, because I do like hiking. This wasn't just a whim to, you know, go live in the dirt for 6 months. It was, you know, there was something behind it. But that's what's going on. If y'all want to see videos of my hikes that I do here, you know, let me know, because I'll do it. Otherwise, I'm out until I go back to the PCT. Here, let me show you Bean. She's fat. Come here, Bean. Come here, Bean. Oh, this is Bean. She hates to be picked up. You might have heard her squeak about it. And she's fat. Look at her. Oh, she's so huge. 17 pounds of angry love. Yep. All right. Take care.